Welcome to Things Invest. We're talking about investing, finance, and professional women. As the recording time of 1:44 p.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum coin trade $2,928, about 0.01% so far. As you can see clearly on the over crypto market, the key coins are relatively flat at the moment, down or up respectively about 0.05% so far. While on the altcoins side of the house, it's kind of a mixed bag at the moment, with some selective altcoins like Solana, polkadot, and ALGORAND all down respectively, approximately about 6.5 to 8% so far. While some altcoin a little bit more flat as well, right? Beside Luna, seems like it's up about 5% so far. And in respect to the overall macro and micro affectation, obviously the differentials that we see across the key coin versus the altcoin is driven by their own micro affectation. But the overall macro perspective on the downward collective pressure is mainly coming out from the affectation around the Ukraine-Russian war. It seems like it's the percolating in front of our eyes for the last 36 hours so far, right? And as of this morning, about 5 hours ago, the Pentagon has ordered the U.S. troops in Ukraine, to leave the country and reposition elsewhere in Europe. In addition to that, on the Russian side of the house, they have beefed up their military defense force to 100,000 at the Ukraine eastern border and northern border of Belarus, with obviously their advanced weaponry line that is on their defense front as well. And on the other side of the house, coming from Pentagon as well, they also have reduced its diplomatic staff at the U.S. embassies at their respective countries, both obviously in Russia and on Ukraine at the same time, to a bare minimum level, quote, based on the Pentagon, right? So obviously with this latest activity on the geopolitical front, it's definitely a negative one. Whenever you see, war cultivating, or famine or pandemic, subsequently the gold price increases, and obviously commoditized type of safe havens instruments will also get increased. And if today the equity side was going to be open, it will subsequently drive a sell-off across the obviously stock market, knowing the fact it's just high uncertainty with fear mongering cultivating. And we saw that, specifically being affected across the crypto market front, right? Which we just specifically with Ethereum hit down to the $2,850, which is the level identified in our technical analysis that we've been talking about for basically the last week so far, right? So let's not waste any more time. I checked across the news already. There isn't anything specific beside this one, in addition to the negative outlook coming up from Goldman Sachs that we'll also talk about this morning. But beside that, there isn't really anything that is, qualitatively need our concern at the moment or any new development front, right? So let's just dive into the technical analysis with respect to recording time of 1:47 p.m. on Eastern Time. Ethereum coin trade $2,932, up about 0.13% so far. Right now, we are levitating. We're not really doing anything specific based on technical. We're just trying to revive. It seems like a lot of people have been buying a dip, right? Obviously, the dip was 2,850, which subsequently drive this really, really small green candle here. And the reason people buy the dip because 2,850 is the resistance level. If you've been following our daily Patreon updates twice a day, right? And this is a level that we've been talking about, right? And respect to Bitcoin's currently up about 0.71%. We're levitating at the moment, not really doing anything specific with the 42,500 technically. But we have a high propensity to go down to the 40,000, so if they watch that level, the next level would ideally hover around would be the 41,500 to the 40,000, right? And I think with respect to the 41,500, that's not a real level, right? The real level is at 40,000, so we have to watch out for that level. At the same time, we have the 5570, so the propensity of actually going down is actually more weighted than going up from here. Dogecoin up about 0.5% at 1456 right now. So right now anywhere from basically 1385 all the way to 12 cents below at 45 out of 70 is logical. And I would not really incur risk yet because with the optimal level, not the best, not the worst, right? Cardano is down about 1.4%. We're leaping down to 102. 102 is a resistance level. That's why we bounce off. Exactly the technical speaking the truth again. right? 102 to 92, if we break below, is where I would be buying the dip from here. Solana is down about 8% so far, and for those that been following my buy sell signal, I actually bought another 10 Solana yesterday. And for those that follow my Patreon members on my Patreon subscription, you guys know what I did exactly and what time I did it, right? So let me know if you have any specific questions on why I did what I did. And with respect to the current level right now with 37 out of 70, so logical is a good level, right? I like anywhere from 95 to all the way to 80 below. XRP is 84 cents right now, up about 4%. We're basically covering back up because of the fact that 78 is technically a resistance level. But we know with the 62 out of 70, so it's not really worth our time, our energy to be incurring risk at the moment because the risk versus reward ratio is not favorable for us. So I like anywhere from, again, right, 62 to 57 from here. Polkadot's down about 5.29%. I like anywhere, again, right, from 1850 all the way to 1587 at 40 out of 70. Algorand's about 5% as well. Like anywhere from basically the current level all the way to the 79 from here at 37 out of 70. Shiba Inu is up about 2% with the up 2000s right now. The upper echelon of the 2000s level right now. I like anywhere, again, right, the low 2000s, 1400 to 900 from here. Polygon's up about 1.7%. I like anywhere from basically 142 to 120. AVAX up about 1.25%, 59 to 50. And then Luna, we are exactly at the resistance level that we identify, right? 62, 52 to 45. So incurring risk right now is not the worst idea, but not the best idea either, right? I like anywhere from 52 to 45. So as we are leaping down that way, which will have a some certainty of getting there, 45 would be a good level to dollar cost average at, right? So with respect to the overall market, obviously still a lot of uncertainty, right? We will see more activities around the news front on Sunday, which is typically more active relative to Saturday, right? But we already saw 2 negative news this morning, right? So ultimately, we cannot predict what happens in the future, right? And these are, extra cautious time, right? And to do well around these cautious time is to use your frame of reference, right? Use technical analysis, quantitative analysis, identify the gap on the quantitative front, and then incur risk logically, right? So hopefully the Patreon updates is helpful for you in terms of giving you that sanity check, but also stay logical and not use your feelings to invest, right? So appreciate you. Let me know how it goes and have a good day. Take care. Bye.